All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the story of a solo founder who built a seriously complex productivity app all by himself. And this isn't just about writing code. It's a story about incredible dedication, a unique philosophy, and really the power of a single, focused vision. So it really makes you wonder, right? In the tech world, which is just full of huge teams and tons of venture capital, how does one person even begin to build an app that's used by thousands of people? How is that even possible? Well, the answer is this guy right here, Marian Sorca. He's a software developer from Romania who, pretty amazingly, single-handedly turned what started as a personal project into a full-blown productivity platform. So, let's get into his story.
To really get how he pulled this off, we've got to rewind a bit, because long before self-manager.net was even a thing, Marian was busy forging the exact skills he would need, and he did it through a decade of really intense hands-on work.
It actually all started with a simple website for funny pictures. But he hit a wall, fast. He got so frustrated with the limits of the platforms that were out there, and that frustration, that was the spark. It's what pushed him to learn how to code, not just as a hobby, but as a way to get total creative control. And that led him straight into a decade of freelancing on sites like Freelancing and Upwork, which is where he truly mastered his craft.
I mean, for a solid 10 years, Marian wasn't just working a job. He was basically training out in the open, turning that whole decade of freelance work into his own personal forge.
And get this, during that time, he delivered on over 200 different contracts. That's a huge volume, and it just speaks to a relentless, incredible work ethic.
And it wasn't just about getting it done. Across all those different projects, he kept a near-perfect 4.9 out of 5 rating. This wasn't just being good. This was pure mastery. And that foundation for everything that came next, it was set in stone. So, with all that expertise under his belt, Marian set off on his next big journey. But this wasn't for a client. No, this was a personal mission. One that would end up taking over his nights and weekends for the next 6 years. You see, back in 2016, this wasn't even supposed to be a company. It just started as a personal challenge, a way for Marian to teach himself Google's new Angular framework by building a little tool for himself. But for the next 6 years, while he was still freelancing, he poured all of his free time into this app, until finally, at the end of 2022, it was ready for the world.
And the sheer scale of this one-man show is, well, it's just mind-blowing. Over its development, the project had more than 1,000 code commits, and every single one of them was written by Marian. It's like the digital fingerprint of one person's unstoppable dedication.
This quote right here, it just nails the perspective. He wasn't just coding an app. He was the founder, the CEO, the CTO, and the lead engineer, all rolled into one. He was the entire team.
And you know, that's the real secret to its authenticity. Marian didn't build this thing based on some market research report. He built it to solve his own problems. He uses Self-Manager every single day to run his business and his life. So the tool isn't just something he made, it's something he actually lives inside.
And this is where the story gets really fascinating, because this app isn't just a bunch of features. It's a direct reflection of Marian's personal philosophy on how we should work, grow, and collaborate.
I mean, the name itself, Self-Manager, is basically the whole mission statement. The core idea is to empower you, the person using it, to be in the driver's seat of your own productivity, to actively manage your life instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way.
And you can totally see this philosophy baked right into the pricing. Most apps, they charge you per user, right? So as your team gets bigger, your bill gets bigger. Marian said no to that. He went with a single flat fee that comes with unlimited collaborators. It sends a really clear message. This tool is here to help you work together, not to cash in on it.
And this way of thinking, it's literally coded into the app's DNA. It's date-centric because that's how he figured out it was most natural to plan his own work. He built it on a modern tech stack so it feels super fast and real-time. And he didn't just sprinkle in some AI for buzz. He integrated 7 specific features that are designed to be like your own personal assistant, making it easier for you to self-manage.
But Marian's impact doesn't just stop with his app. His story, his actions, they all show this deep commitment to sharing what he knows and inspiring other people, both in the tech world and beyond. Just look at this number, 1.9 million. That's how many views his answers have gotten on Stack Overflow, which is a huge Q&A site for programmers. Now, this isn't about marketing. This comes from a real desire to help other developers figure things out. And this right here, this is his personal motto, which you can find right on his social media. It just perfectly sums up his whole approach, a cycle of always learning, contributing, and making a positive impact. It's simple, but man, is it powerful.
And trust me, he is not slowing down. His ambition for his company, Abzi Global, is for it to stand right alongside the giants of the software industry. It's a massive vision that just proves his journey of self-management and growth is far from over.
So when you step back and look at the whole thing, you can kind of see the blueprint, right? It all starts with a personal need. Then it's fueled by years of dedicated building. It's guided by a really strong core philosophy, and in the end, it's all about sharing and inspiring others. It's just a powerful model for anyone who wants to create something.
Which really leaves us with one final thought. Marian Sorca's entire journey was powered by this deep belief in self-management and a desire to build the perfect tool for himself. And it just makes you wonder, what's the personal conviction you have that's strong enough to fuel your own 6-year project?